costume was designed by a famous Albanian artist and promotes women empowerment. It represents a fierce warrior queen from Albania. Have you ever seen such a fierce-looking queen? Albania.
Angola. This costume represents women from a small Angolan province. This red, white, and black costume signifies strength, joy, and courage. There is nothing wrong with being courageous and strong, like Angola.
Argentina. Representing one of the 7 wonders of the world, this magnificent crystal suit represents the famous Iguazu Falls located in northern Argentina. Having a ball as a large waterfall, it's Argentina. Imprisoned in a cave with her lover before dying a tragic death. It's noble and brave to die in a cave in Aruba.
Australia. This costume represents the frilled neck lizard and that is commonly found in the Australian outback. The recycled dress is made from the cut-up canvases of 7 Aboriginal artists. It doesn't take a wizard to change art into a lizard. Australia.
All right. On deck we have Bahamas. The Bahamas parrot is a native bird that stands for resiliency. This multicolored gown appears to be a feather-like gown and comes complete with a beak-like headpiece. Not sure if you've heard, but she looks like a bird. Bahamas.
Bangladesh. This striking red sari is topped with a model hood of the iconic Bangladeshi rickshaw. The red and green colors represent the colors of her flag, representing her nation dressed as a transportation. It's Bangladesh.
Barbados. Representing infectious music, rhythm, and pulse, this costume is a composition of jubilance. Flutes and strings synchronize to create incredible musical melodies. Who doesn't swoon when they hear a great tune like Barbados?
Belgium. This costume is inspired by one of the most romantic cities in Belgium, Bruges, also known as the Venice of the North. It is represented by the swan, a symbol of everlasting love. With this outfit on, she looks like a swan. Belgium.
Belize. Representing the Garifuna people of Belize of the 1800s, the black stands for hardship, the yellow is the sun, and the white is the peace that has eluded them. She's quite a sight in black, yellow, and white. Belize.
Bolivia. This beautiful creation represents the rebirth from the ashes of the Bolivian jungle, which was sadly consumed in the Amazon fire. Her country aims to rise from the flames. Bolivia.
Feast your eyes on this tribute to Marta, the most beloved female soccer star in history. Like Marta, this contestant represents feminine power, strength, and dedication. Proving women stand tall while kicking a ball, Brazil!
British Virgin Islands. This national costume represents the national flower and the tree of the British Virgin Islands, the white cedar. This contestant's grandfather used to use the bark of the tree to build boats. As you can see, she's a flowery tree, British Virgin Islands.
If you see a costume you like, tomorrow you'll be able to go to vote.missuniverse.com and vote for your favorite national costume. As the tree makes its way down the runway, I want to welcome you to Bulgaria. Because of its qualities and price, rose oil is often called liquid gold. This beautiful pink dress is hand decorated with flowers inspired by the Bulgarian oil-bearing rose. Truth be told, she loves liquid gold, Bulgaria.
Cambodia. This costume is representative of a 12th century brave Cambodian woman who was married to the man who built Angkor Wat. The large gold-colored crown features a diamond center. She was brave and wed with a crown on her head. Cambodia.
Up next, we have Canada. This sparkly green costume represents the legalization of cannabis for medical purposes. This contestant wants to end the stigma that has been around since 1920. If you've got the need, you can grab legal weed with Canada.
Cayman Islands. Take a look at the national flower of the Cayman Islands, the wild banana orchid. It features vibrant yellow petals with a deep fuchsia center. This yellow flower exudes beauty and power. Cayman Islands.
Chile is a major exporter of cherries, so this is a tribute to the cherry tree. This creative red costume features a custom headdress. If you're looking for fruit, check out this cherry soup, Chile.
China. This Tibetan concept costume is an advertisement for the Red Couples dance drama. It embodies the wisdom of the beautiful nation of the East. If you want to look that Tibetan, that's what you'll be getting. China.
Colombia. This is a tribute to indigenous women of the 16th century and features the colors of the Colombian flag. This national costume took 6 months to put together by hand. She exudes a great vibe thanks to an indigenous tribe, Colombia. This dress was created with the idea that water and land need to work together in harmony. Meet Earth's daughter. She's a big fan of water, Croatia.
Curacao. Based on her culture, this costume features feathers that represent the natives on her island. It's accompanied by drums and a horn that are used during parades in her country. Life's not a bummer for this feather drummer. Curacao.
Czech Republic. This costume represents the 1989 revolution when her country changed from a communistic regime to a democratic one. It features a red, blue, and white train, the colors of her national flag. As you can see, it feels good to be free when you're Czech Republic.
Denmark. Behold the Queen Viking. This custom costume is made out of recycled materials and is green and black, the colors of nature. This Viking queen decided to go green. Denmark.
Dominican Republic. Inspired by a princess who is supported by the god of prosperity and rain, this costume features a crown made of amber, a popular stone in her country. This princess gets down with one sweet amber crown. Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic. Inspired by a princess who is supported by the god of prosperity and rain. Ecuador. This beautiful gown represents Esmeraldas aboard a city in Ecuador. The two-tiered scarf headpiece was handmade and decorated with silver and rhinestones, making this border city look sparkly and pretty. It's Ecuador.
Up next we have Egypt. This is a modern take on the ancient Egyptian pharaoh. The red dress and gold suit features a custom sleeveless jacket and headpiece. She's an Egyptian ruler, just a little bit cooler. Egypt.
Can we have a round of applause for the amazing costumes we've seen thus far? And coming out with an extravagant costume, we have El Salvador. This costume is a tribute to the late Salvadorian artist Fernando Lort. He was known as El Salvador's national artist, and his work celebrated the daily life of his country's people. As you could tell from the start, she's a true work of art. El Salvador.
As El Salvador gets a workout in, I wanted to remind you to watch the telecast this Sunday live on Fox from right here in Atlanta. Equatorial Guinea, everybody. This traditional tribal costume is partially made of wood. It comes from a custom crown. She's out of here. And shoulder and skirt are made from materials found in her country. Don't worry, she was in a hurry. Equatorial Guinea.
Nick, how do they fit these costumes in suitcases? I don't know. It's incredible. And coming out at this moment, we have Finland. The custom wings on this costume represent the Finlandian forest. The bottom of the dress was designed by children in her
France. This costume took over 400 hours to create. With a big red plume of feathers, it's representative of the world-famous musical Moulin Rouge. We all love and know that great Paris show, France.
Georgia. This white gown represents the character of Georgian women. The dress is a timeless design, one you would have seen worn in a century many, many years ago. It feels just right to be all dressed in white when you're Georgia.
Germany. This costume signifies that Germany is a country with all 4 seasons. Decked out with spring flowers and highlighted with stones symbolizing that bright summer sun. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Now you know Germany features them all. It's Germany.
Great Britain. The UK has committed to reducing greenhouse gas emissions to near zero by the year 2050. This costume is a visual representation of that commitment. With grace and class, she's for reducing gas. Great Britain.
Up next, we've got Guam. Guam is a small island surrounded by the Pacific Ocean, and this costume depicts just that fact. The boots are orange, representing a shell that is native to the country, and the blue ruffles represent the sea. When you're dressed like the ocean, it's poetry in motion. Guam.
Haiti. This national costume is set to represent the roots of the Haitian people. What you're looking at is a mix of Taino and African culture, complete with a drum for effect. Representing her nation, looking classically Haitian. It's Haiti.
Up next, we have Honduras. This costume is a tribute to corn, the foundation of Honduran cuisine. Maize has been a way of life in the country from ancient times to present. Some women were born to walk the runway as corn, like Honduras.
Iceland. This costume pays homage to Iceland's status as a winter wonderland. This all-white dress and headpiece represent glaciers and snow. Those in the know enjoy being covered in snow like Iceland.
India. Feast your eyes on this ode to an Indian princess. This costume features 11 different hand-woven textiles put together to create a skirt with 40 panels of varying motifs. Who wouldn't stay loyal to a contestant so royal? India.
Indonesia. This costume is inspired by an empowering Indonesian woman who tried to become a man to prove she was just as strong. It's a symbol of female empowerment. She's confident and strong, like we knew all along. Indonesia.
Ireland. This green and white Celtic swan costume features silver beading and feathered wings. The headpiece is a trinity knot representing the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. We've never seen a swan that was green like Ireland.
Israel. This national costume tells the story of Israel's past and present while looking to the future. This dress tells a story of hope with the white silk torn from the roll and a rim bathed in color. This costume's so white because the future looks bright. It's Israel.
so heavy it wasn't allowed on her flight to Atlanta. While walking through Rome, she feels right at home. It's Italy.
Jamaica. From the western side of Jamaica, there was a plantation run by a woman known as the White Witch. This costume...
And here comes Japan. This costume is representative of the traditional Japanese dance known as This sparkly costume symbolizes the country of Kosovo and their people, who always shine. The two wings and custom blue tail symbolize the country's flag. We don't mean to brag, but her tail is a flag, Kosovo. Lithuania. And while we wait for that elephant to reverse out of here, I just again wanted to remind you that tomorrow you can vote for your favorite costume at vote.missuniverse.com. Go ahead and vote often. Uh-oh, we got a profile shot. If you're enjoying yourself tonight, make sure you thank our production team, especially Kent Parham. And now let's keep it going for Lithuania. This traditional Lithuanian dance costume is blue and dark yellow. The look is finished off with a custom headpiece. There's always a chance this contestant will dance Lithuania.
Malaysia. Created by a famed Malaysian designer, this pays tribute to the country's cultural influences. Several delicacies are presented on the side tables, including sweets and red eggs. Please make way for this contestant buffet. Malaysia.
Okay, up next, we have Malta. This national costume comes in 3 parts. The upper half represents the Maltese flag, the corset is a fishing boat, and the skirt is the sea. Divided in 3 from a flag to the sea, it's Malta.
This costume represents the colors of Mauritius' national flag. Red represents hard work, blue is the sky and lagoon, yellow is the sun, and green signifies vegetation. It's the
of Mexico. This costume represents El Angel de la Independencia, a national monument located in Mexico City. The monument commemorates 100 years of Mexico's independence. She's filled with glee because it's nice to be free, Mexico.
Costume is inspired by an old Mongolian queen's dress. Queens chose to wear bright red because the color is associated with success. Throw on some red and it's good times ahead for Mongolia.
On deck, we have Myanmar. Myanmar is Asia's largest exporter of rice. This costume portrays a farm woman starting the day in the rice fields with a buffalo. The buffalo represents strength. For some ladies, it's nice to have both buffalo and rice like Myanmar.
The beauty and diversity of Namibia. The headpiece reflects Africa's wildlife, while the bodysuit portrays its colorful landscapes. It's her duty to show off her country's beauty. Namibia.
Nepal. This costume represents a Buddhist goddess, and the red body symbolizes her inner fire. She's often depicted performing her fearless dance. One thing is clear, she's a goddess without fear, Nepal.
Netherlands. Her country is surrounded by sea, but they have been polluted with plastic. This costume depicts the water and some plastic that's been removed during her beach cleanup. This beauty queen likes to keep her beach clean. Netherlands.
Next we have New Zealand. This costume is an infusion of Polynesian and Maori cultures representing indigenous people. In Maori culture, females are seen as more powerful than men. All men better cower, because she's got the power. New Zealand.
Nicaragua. Nicaragua's costume was traditionally worn by folk dancers in her country. The garment is embroidered with a pattern representing the national flower. This look is the norm for those who perform in Nicaragua.
Nigeria. Created by a young Nigerian designer, this costume features fabric with a repeating lion head pattern. The symbolism represents all of the country's major tribes. Lion heads cover her threads, Nigeria.
Norway. Representing the Four Seasons experience in her country, this costume features a rainbow of colors present during different times of the year. These seem like good reasons to dress up like the seasons for Norway.
Making her way out, we have country's bridges. This contestant helped make the costume and loves the futuristic look of the long straws in back. It's hard to find flaws in a costume with straws, Panama.
Paraguay's national costume represents the animals of her country who were tragically lost during recent fires, including parrots and jaguars. The outcome was dire thanks to a fire in Paraguay.
Peru. Beginning in the 1500s and throughout the next 3 centuries, Peruvian women often wore comfortable silk shawls that covered most of their faces and revealed only one eye. This silky shawl nearly covers it all. Peru.
Philippines depicts a goddess with 2 life-size birds on her shoulders. The country's national bird is also represented in her headpiece. This costume's main features are all flying creatures. Philippines!
Next we have Poland. Representing the eagle in Poland's coat of arms, this costume is comprised of 10,000 goose feathers. The design boasts a 5-foot wingspan and an impressive 9-foot tail. This eagle brings peace to everyone but geese, Poland. Puerto Rico's rich ecosystem, this costume depicts plants and animals found on her island, including a flower and frog. When you're from the Caribbean, feel free to wear an amphibian like Puerto Rico.
Costume was inspired by the Romanian coat of arms, which features an eagle holding a sword in one hand and a cross in the other, symbolizing Orthodox Christianity. It's gotta feel regal to be this golden eagle, Romania.
St. Lucia. Women in St. Lucia used to wear this type of dress for formal occasions. The design of the headpiece traditionally signified whether a woman was single or married. You better look at her cap before swiping right on that app, St. Lucia.
This design symbolizes the goddess of Lion Mountain
represent Singapore's national flower. The hybrid orchid was developed by a Singapore-based horticulturist in the 1890s. Everyone make room for this beautiful bloom, Singapore. Keep that energy up. And give it up for South Africa. This costume represents South Africa's commitment to ending gender-based violence. Men in her country wrote love letters to South African women, and their messages were printed on this dress. There's nothing better than wearing a letter in South Africa.
Sweden. Inspired by her country's most successful band, Spain. This costume represents the work of her country's most famous architect, Antoni Gaudí. The idea was conceived by a well-known Spanish wedding gown designer. It's hard to look dowdy when inspired by Gaudí. Spain.
And now we've got Sweden. Inspired by her country's most successful band, Sweden's national costume honors the 20th anniversary of Mamma Mia and is printed with the titles of ABBA's greatest hits. See that girl, watch that scene, because we're digging this dancing queen, Sweden.
Tanzania. This costume features wooden carvings and celebrates the tiny but fierce honey badger. The skirt is covered in the husks of a plant eaten by elephants and baboons. These are facts. She's covered in snacks. Tanzania.
Here comes Thailand. All right. This costume is topped by a hat inspired by containers used for steaming rice, and it represents traditional masks made by Thai folk artists. How about that? She makes rice in her hat. It is Thailand. Next we have Ukraine. Ukraine is known for its vast meadows and verdant landscapes. Made from 1,000 individual panels, this design represents the Ukrainian countryside when viewed from above. This costume's objective is a different perspective, Ukraine.
Uruguay. Featuring the sun and designer. I'm sure it's fun to look at stripes and the sun. Uruguay.
USA. A tribute to great women throughout American history, USA's costume is made from denim that's been covered in gold. It features large wings as a nod to the country's national bird. With Maya Angelou and Lady Liberty too, it's USA.
U.S. Virgin Islands. Designed by a young supporter of the U.S. Virgin Islands, this yellow creation features the territory seal and symbols from the St. Thomas, St. John, and St. Croix. This costumes plan came straight from a fan, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Venezuela. Inspired by a Venezuelan artist famous for scenic murals, this costume features multicolored leggings and a futuristic cape representing her country's optimism for the future. She wore this tonight because the future is bright for Venezuela.
Largest producer of coffee in the world. Inspired by traditional slow roasting techniques, this costume represents the country's laid-back approach to life and might give her leverage to be dressed as a beverage. Vietnam!
What do you guys think? Whose did you like the
Come on,
best?
guys. Who had the best national costume tonight? What an incredible display of culture, heritage, and inspiration from our amazing delegates. And I also want to take this moment to thank all of their teams and designers for putting together such amazing works of craftsmanship and representation of their countries.
Absolutely, and thank you to all of you. Give yourselves a round of applause. You've been such an amazing crowd all evening. And remember to head on over to vote.missuniverse.com starting tomorrow to vote for your favorite costume. Thank you guys so much.
We will see you all on Sunday, Miss Universe official competition at Tyler Perry Studios here in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you and
good night.